And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end. We get a look now at the 49ers defense as they get into position. Now the interception for 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense a bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception, the last. They come out here in the eye. They start on the ground with Rawls. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A really nice carry there by the Flint, Michigan native Thomas Rawls.
A transfer from Michigan back to Central Michigan. Got overlooked in the NFL draft when he came out. Ended up being a priority free agent. And boy, what a rookie season he had before injuring an ankle. This guy is something else. When he gets going, their offense really responds.
Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down. 10 yards still left on second down. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. The 4-time All-Pro, Navarro Bowman, in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. They go play fake to Michael. Now Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. His throw incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. That'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And it's 3rd down. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance, it's run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. On 2nd down, Hyde. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big run there by Hyde. And even 50 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there.
One thing we know for sure, the Seattle defense is going to get after you. All right, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. But last Sunday against the Jets, all they kept hearing about was the defense in front of the Jets, where they have 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. They wanted to get after them.
And they did indeed help to get them to 3-1.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
And he's brought down after a good game. That goes for a gain of 31. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man. Touchdown 49ers. It's Selleck. Garrett Selleck from 4 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. To return, this is Doug Baldwin. A beautiful fake. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Navarro Bowman in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On second down, here's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Colin Kaepernick in the offense heading back out onto the field. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
Really helps your play calling, because now you're in a position where you're confident in either aspect of the game. Dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here in the second quarter. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay up and make a run, as we just saw there.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. One receiver left, two to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, we have a second. I think we have to talk about the L.A. Rams. They started out poorly. Lost 28-0 to San Francisco, but they've won 3 straight since, and 2 on the road.
Fueled by their defense. And remember, they've beaten Seattle and Arizona already within their division. And let's just stay out west. How about the Oakland Raiders? They've won 3 games on the road in a 3-1 start.
Yeah, 2 big-time surprises on the West Coast. Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll come out in the pistol. Here we go on 4th down with Kaepernick. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. In there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. On 2nd down, Walls. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Now Stephen Hauschka, a perfect 6 of 6 from 50-plus last year. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 38 yards. And that leads to a San Francisco first down.
Really good recognition of the offensive line of the blitz. They picked it up, allowed for more time to throw the ball deep downfield, and a big-time completion.
Now Kaepernick, flush to his right, and bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, here's Kaepernick. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Torrey Smith, the intended receiver, and it brings up fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. They come out here in the I. Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4. Steps away to his left. And this is incomplete. Chip Kelly trying to push the envelope here, but it doesn't pan out.
Well, we got a quick second here. Do you mind a call from Walt Patulski right now, partner?
You going to that story about Rex Ryan?
Yeah, how about that? Rex Ryan posing as Walt Patulski as a writer from Buffalo on the conference call with New England, and Julian Edelman posing as a writer trying to get some information about whether Edelman was going to play wide receiver or quarterback in their game.
And that story maybe gained even more luster after their win in that kind of Will Hoyd. 7 yards to go on second down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on third down. On third down, Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Ellington now to return it. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle defense getting set to go. And last time they got the 4th down stop. Looked like they might surrender points. Ball got on their side of the field. But then they snatched that momentum. What's that like for that defense?
Oh, it's phenomenal because some doubt's starting to creep in as you're giving up yardage, trying to figure out a way to slow them down. But with some suddenness to turn things around, to flip the script, as the guys like to say.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, 49ers. Bruce Ellington, an even 90 yards. And the 49ers 49ers add on to their lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Now Dawson for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Now here's Baldwin. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. You know, Charles, one thing that really seemed to trend upward in week 4 of the NFL season, rushing the ball. We had a lot of 100-yard rushers last week.
We're going old school, man. Let's take it back to the day, right? And you always have names that you know in the league that produce, like Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott. They went over 100 yards. Then you got guys that emerge, Terrence West, Isaiah Crowell, big-time players making plays.
Bell, the most of all of those, 144 on the ground for him. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Here's John Ryan now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners are going to take possession, albeit deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Smith catches left side. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Kaepernick now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The 49ers are simply running the show in the first half. They've controlled the game and are way out in front. The Seahawks just need to figure out a way to bounce back. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. 49ers with the ball midway through the first. Kaepernick's looking towards the end zone and is going to be caught for the touchdown. 49ers up by a touchdown. Seahawks having to come up with the pick, but they're happy to come away with the pick and end the drive. Offense now with the shot after the pick. Look out, Hyde gets into the clear. And this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. Third down from the 35. He's going to tuck it and run here. And the pass and catch will end up going for 31 yards. Continuing on the drive, quick pass is complete, and it's caught for the score. The 49ers up now by 21. Now to late in the second. The quick pass and completion is made, and he'll take this all the way for a touchdown. 49ers in control. So that'll do it from our studios in Orlando for the second half kickoff. Let's get you back out west to Santa Clara and Brandon Guy.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Let's see now what Colin Kaepernick has been up to so far in this game. And a trio. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Attempt carry for Hyde. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They come out here in the eye. First down, a run with Hyde. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Again, it's Hyde. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And Carlos Hyde, see you later. Touchdown, 49ers. Carlos Hyde, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point try now for Dawson. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you really script.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Hey, 4 down.
Wilson going to give to Rolls. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on third down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. He's at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 71 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And sometimes those slants, and now it's blocked. And the Niners have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
They'll roll him out right. Caught here by Bell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Kaepernick gives to Hyde. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
You got 4. You got 4.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cliff Averill coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of it.
They've got his man complete. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a fourth backs because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on third down or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. Touchdown, 49ers. Sean drove 34 yards. And the 49ers continue to roll.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Now here's Baldwin. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the corner, Jermaine Brock. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And last year was sort of a tough one for Jimmy Graham. He wasn't seeing the same kind of targets he was used to. Then, of course, came the patella injury that wiped out the second half of his year. So he and Russell never really found the connection. And here's an instance where they get a ball picked off.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now Kaepernick. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Everyone's got forward.
Kaepernick to throw for it on fourth. Escaping the pressure right. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. You know, it seems like most every week we're talking about young players, young quarterbacks that have really come on strong. But Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, they've earned their stripes early.
Their play has really been off the charts. When you look at it, Carson Wentz, they made him the starter to begin the season. They're 3-0, and he hasn't turned the ball over yet. And Dak Prescott, they didn't expect him to be the starter at all, but he seized the opportunity. His team is 3-1, and he hasn't turned the ball over.
Yeah, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions between those two guys. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On second down, here's Wilson. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
I think he might have been a little bit too focused on turning upfield. He didn't stay in bounds. He caught the ball, but he wanted to catch it and run, get that rack yardage so badly, he forgot to stay in bounds first.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
4 down.
They go play fake to Michael. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Amon Brooks in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Glancing back at Week 4 for a second, couple of huge quarterback performances from Matt Ryan and Ben Roethlisberger.
And the number 5 just keeps coming up, doesn't it? Because Ben Roethlisberger threw for 5 touchdowns against Kansas City, and Matt Ryan, 503 yards against Carolina.
19th time ever in NFL history a quarterback has thrown for over 500. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Here's Kaepernick. Steps away. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was their 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Here we go on 4th down with Kaepernick. It's caught. Patton. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT in the game. Instead, 2nd down. You know, Charles, just looking over some of my notes, last week we talked about the lightning delay that Tampa had. They had another one this past week. Of course, it's hurricane season in the Sunshine State. A lot of rain around those parts.
And I actually talked with some teams that have Tampa on the schedule where they have to go there. And they've said that they're now starting to incorporate in their practices delays and see how teams handle it. So they practice, they put a delay in when they're getting ready to play Tampa, and then come back out and try and make sure they have the right mindset and doing the right things in the delay so they're ready to go, because they've seen it happen a couple of times now. They don't want it to happen to them.
Now Kaepernick again. Flushed out right. Caught outright by Patton. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, Kaepernick. Smith catches left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Quentin Patton that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun about the 14. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go.
Some of the most unselfish.
Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. To throw is Kaepernick, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. The open man is Smith. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
From back at the 2, here's third and goal. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up fourth. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. just know where to go, where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. In there to get him for a loss of 5. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On first down, Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And this is caught by Smith. Touchdown 49ers. Torrey Smith from 10 yards out. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word against symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd down following the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And Graham's got it over the middle. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, 64 yards. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Kaepernick now on first down. Caught outright by Patton. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll be a San Francisco first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Rolling to his left. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
To throw, Kaepernick escaping the pressure right. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And here's Phil Dawson now with a 49er field goal unit. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, nice move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something to put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Over the middle here to Wilson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 now. Wilson. And Graham's got it. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And on 2nd and 10 now. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw again is Wilson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So Wilson will head to the sideline, and on comes SEAHAWKS for the field goal. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things, because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Kaepernick going to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They go screen pass to Hyde. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Kaepernick looking to throw. That is caught inside the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run high, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point try now for Dawson. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Second and 10 now. Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Now a desperation throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter as they're going to go down in defeat here. This one's over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all.